Excellency. The Assembly will hear an address by His Excellency Dritan Abazović, Prime Minister of Montenegro. I request protocol to escort His Excellency. I have great pleasure in welcoming His Excellency Dritan Abazović, Prime Minister of Montenegro. I invite him to address the Assembly.
Dear Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, Excellencies, it's a great pleasure for me, on behalf of people of Montenegro, to address you today. And it's always a pleasure to feel the cosmopolitan spirit during the United Nations General Assembly. In the beginning, I want to wish a success to the new chairman of the Assembly, Mr. Csaba Kőrösi, and to say that I hope he will have a very successful mandate. Worlds walk from one crisis to another, from pandemic-19 to another war. And today, we are all concerned. In the beginning, I want to say about the position of Montenegro in relation with the aggression of Russia Federation to the Ukraine. We are staying with the people of Ukraine, and we are strongly against the aggression and attacking in sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine. War is not the solution. Aggression is not the solution. Bombs are not the solution. We coming from the part of the world which know very well what is humanitarian crisis, what is refugees crisis, what is the ethnic conflict, what is the using the army against each other. This is not the solution. In 21st century, humanity should be more smarter. We should not use the war for solving of political problems. This is not a solution. We should sit together, make a dialogue between different kind of options, political, also the states, and find the dialogue. I know that it's not easy, but war is not the solution. We will continue to support Ukraine. We're doing that permanently, and our agenda is to follow 100% EU foreign policy of European Union, including the sanction against Russia Federation. This is not the question of economy. This is question of principles. This is question of the standards. Today, we have aggression on Ukraine. Tomorrow, some another state can be attacked. We need to find a solution in another way. The war produced a lot of problems. In the Montenegro, we have around 10,000 Ukrainian refugees. For many of these countries which are here, that is not a huge number. But if you compare with small Montenegro, it's near to 2% of population. I am very proud to say, like a Prime Minister, that everybody in Montenegro feel very comfortable and very safe. We will continue to open the door for the people which are in the trouble. We will not say that they are not welcomed. They are welcomed. And with the little capacity, with the not so big capacity, we will support everything what is comparing with the democratic standards and with something what is solidarity with the human beings. War produced a lot of problems. In this moment, we have another crisis, energy crisis. It's seems to be very problematic winter in Europe. We should understand one simple thing. Energy crisis today, it's economy crisis. Tomorrow can be security crisis. If we don't find a solution together with EU countries, we can come to the big problems. why we have the energy crisis. It's not only because of war. There are two factors which made energy crisis in the world, especially in Europe. First one is the war. War in Ukraine make a mess in the market of energy and making that increasing of every price of any energy, including electric energy. But second factor are the climate changes. Today in Europe, we have the rivers which are in minimum of the capacity. We have the lake which are in minimum of capacity. And we should think here in United Nations how we can solve this problem in the future. So it's not everything by the war. War is the key factor, but is the second factor. The second factor are climate changes. We need to try to protect the environment for the future generation. I want to talk about the environment because I'm coming from the state which is by constitution dedicated like an ecological state. We are only state in the world which is dedicated by constitution like ecological state. And I am more than sure that everybody who will write the constitution in the future will have the component of ecology and protecting of environment. We want to build our countries like a green destination. I am very proud that I can say that you still can drink the water from the river in north of Montenegro. This is something which is crucial to protect the nature, to go up with the green projects, to find a solution for the pollution and for everything what destroyed the nature. And I agree with many comments which saying that we should be more carefully. This is not just a question for one single country. We need to see unity and solidarity about this, or we can come to the deepest problem. So, green projects, protection of environment, it's a very high in the agenda of Montenegro, and we hope that together with other countries we'll find the productive and sustainable solution for the future. Another point is transitional justice. One question which is for many years present in the Western Balkan countries. You know that we have the big conflict in the past. You know that we have the lot of ethnical, religious problem fighting each other, dissolution of Yugoslavia. Now we try to build the modern European society. But it's impossible to build the modern European society if we're still dealing with transitional justice. There are two types of peace, positive and negative peace. Negative peace is when you have the peace, you don't have the physical conflicts, but you don't have the strong institution. You have weak institution. You have politicized institution, unprofessional institution, institutions which are under control of corrupted leadership. This is negative peace. We want to see more positive peace in the region. Positive peace is to have independent institutions, to have independent judiciary, to fight against organized crime and corruption, to fight against leaders which are corrupted and using that corruption to promote the nationalism and the conflicts in the region because they want to keep the state in status quo and they like the status quo of the region and don't give possibility to another new leaders to make changes in own country or in the region. This is something what we want to fight. This is way how we can finish our transitional justice. This is way how we can see what's happened in the past, how we can pursue that's what's happened in the past, how we can deal with that what's happened in the past. Without that, we will not have the true, and without true, we will not have the reconciliation. Our country is here to promote the peace. Our country is here to promote the reconciliation. Our country is here to shake the hand with every country single in the world which want to be on the universal principles. People of Montenegro want justice. I think that people of many countries which are here want to see more justice. Globally justice, locally justice. We are very proud on our multicultural society, very inclusive. Yes, it's true, also our country have some kind of problems. But we try to solve that in the right way. Everybody is more than welcome in Montenegro. We need to go on to promote, like members of Council of Human Rights, to promote the human rights everywhere, inclusive, open society, for every nation, for every ethnicity, for every religion, for every single person. Diversity is something which we are proud with that. We promote diversity. Diversity is something what is very good for every society. It's good to see in New York during this day this cosmopolitan spirit. We want to have that kind of society. We want to promote more media freedom. We want to combine people who are against media freedom. In our country, we still are going with investigation of the killing of some very, very well-known journalist 20 years ago. We are not proud on that. We want to see institutions which can fix that problem and which can punish people which are involved in the attacking of media. Freedom of media is one important segment of democracy. In our country, we should do more on that. We should promote freedom of media and every kind of freedom. Fighting against organized crime and justice. I am very proud with the result of the government in this last period. Why I want to mention this with you? Because this is not the problem only of Montenegro. We're talking here about high-level corruption, about smuggling of cigarettes and about smuggling of cocaine. 20% of all cigarettes which are smuggled in EU countries crossing through Montenegro. We are the country which in the last 6 months captured 149,000 boxes of the cigarettes, which is more than 120 million in the market. And this is the biggest action against smuggling of cigarettes in Europe. Last year, we have the similar action against smuggling of cocaine. That cocaine, it's not sold in the trade of Montenegro because Montenegro have 600,000 people. This cocaine is selling in the Western Europe. So this is the results which just explaining very clearly the orientation of the government and of the state and of the people of Montenegro, that they don't want anymore to have organized crime and corruption in the country. We are ready to combine that. And we invite all of you, including UN and other partners, to support us because this is a transnational problem. This is not the problem of only one country. Yes, we will continue to do that, of course without international partners, of course with some states which provide us a lot of information. But it's important to understand that behind of nationalism in the region, it's corruption. Behind the nationalism in the Western Balkan, it's corruption. Fighting against corruption will fight nationalism. Less corruption, less nationalism. Less corruption, less tension. Less corruption, focus on economy, on the progress. With this level of corruption, always will be focused on the past. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot change the past. Only what we can change is the future. And our common strategy should be to change the future in the right way. About foreign policy of Montenegro, I want to underline two things which are very important. We are in full membership of the NATO. This was the very good decision in 2017 to join the NATO. Now, in the period of crisis, when we see that also countries like Sweden and Finland joined the NATO, everybody in Montenegro understands why that was important. Another goal, bigger than to be in NATO, is to be in EU. We want to be part of the big European family. For the countries like Montenegro, which are small, peaceful, it's very important to be in the club with democratic countries. We want to be the next member of EU. We are dedicated to do everything to find a solution to be in EU as soon as possible. Western Balkans should not be the black hole of the Europe. Western Balkans can give the contribution to the Europe, also to the world, with culture, with diversity, with everything, with people. And it's very important to understand that we are not alone. I am more than sure that we are not alone, but we need to finish something which it's internal issues in our country, and we are really ready to do it. It's very important for us to have regional cooperation. We supporting regional initiatives. Every regional initiatives which bring more focus on economy, on progress, it's welcome in our country. We want to see people which have the problems in the past to sit together, to discuss about the projects. We are really proud that we are the positive case in the region. We are the country which make the bridges between another countries. We are ready to play that role also in the next period. We want to see how Serbia and Kosovo find the common agreement. We want to see how Bosnia and Herzegovina, our neighbors, find internal agreement in the country. We want to see productive Balkan with all 6 states, and every initiative which is inclusive, it's more than welcome for our country. We cannot feel comfortable if we are successful and our neighbors are not so successful. We want to be successful together. We want to see success of every single country, not in the region, but in the world. This is politics of small country which called Montenegro. We want to promote the peace. Our wish is to promote the peace. Our wish is to promote the stability and the progress. I think that this opportunity which we have these 5 days, 6 days in New York is too huge. We should understand that today deglobalization, like a concept which maybe started a few years ago, is not sustainable. Every problem of every country can be very easy problem of another country. So this is the reason why we should talk, why we should find solutions together, why we need to promote more unity everywhere, in every single place. If you look in our country, you will always find the partner for the good initiatives. For everything what brings peace, for everything what brings progress, stability, we will be there. We will be here with every single country in the world which want to promote the same values. Ladies and gentlemen, dear Chairman, we need to promote more ethics in the global politics and less populism. We need to promote more concrete action and less rhetorics. We need to promote more justice and less supporting of authoritarian regimes around the globe. Democracy is something what our duty is to give the best to survive the democracy. Democracy should be more functional, and we should be together. Globalized world is like a one village. Nobody can say it's not important for me. We are here to discuss and to understand that everybody is important. Doesn't matter how is the population of some country or territory of some country. Everybody is important. Every voice is important. We need to advocate the democracy. We need to advocate the universal values. This is the way how we can make the world a better place for all of us. Let me conclude in my language with one sentence, and after that, of course, I will finish in English. Živjela građanska, evropska I ekološka Crna Gora. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and on behalf of the people of Montenegro, I wish you all the best and success in every or your country. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Assembly, I wish to thank the Prime Minister of Montenegro for the statement just made, and I thank Protocol for escorting His Excellency. The Assembly